Hello and welcome to another edition of the Big Freaking Friday Show on the College Football Mafia Network. Excuse me, I'm sorry. My throat just got
Hey,
dry all of a sudden. Sorry about that. My bad. I'd like to thank everybody being here. No, it isn't Friday, and I know you're all looking forward to Friday, but we're doing this tonight because, Mon, why are we having this show tonight?
Tomorrow night, the first playoff game. Oklahoma, Alabama travels to Norman, Oklahoma at 8 p.m.
And then what's the second game tomorrow?
There is no second game tomorrow. That's the only
Oh,
game
there's only
tomorrow.
one. Okay.
And then you've
All
got
right.
3 games on Saturday.
That's right. Okay. So they're beginning to double dip every weekend now is also NFL. So it's going to be a big football season for college football. I'll have to see second year of the 12-team playoff, and it'll be interesting to sort of dive into those games. On top of that, we'll go through news and notes that would have come up in the last week. Anything that comes to mind that you want to talk about, feel free to leave a comment or a question. Get involved and let us know about something you care about, and we'll certainly try to address it. We love to have super chats. That way we always read those comments. And then, of course, we defer to member comments. So thanks, everybody, for being here tonight. Let's start with you, Ute. How's your week gone? Kind of what's your top of mind as we look at the overall of how the college football season ended, and then how we look forward to bowl season / the CFP?
I'm really intrigued by the games this weekend. I want to see James Madison pull the upset, guys. I want to see it so bad. Look, it ain't going to happen. We all know that stuff, but we want to see it. We hope for it. Hope springs eternal. There's a lot of drama right now in Utah Ute land with the Kyle Whittingham saga. And that's been socialized. But really what's kind of happened at the University of Utah is Kyle Whittingham was – I guess kind of nudged, maybe asked to leave versus just straight up retiring. That's at least where all the chatter is. That's where all the evidence is and everything. And the Utes made the decision to move on from Whittingham and give the reins to Coach Morgan Scalley, who was the coach in waiting for many years here. So we don't need to get into that dynamic yet and stuff, but that is what's going on this week.
All right, very good. Moen, how about your neck of the woods? You have playoff games you're getting ready for, and I bet you're interested in these games, right, this weekend?
Oh, yeah. I love this. This is bowl season. We talked a little bit about it last night. You know, I bet on USF and Old Dominion and lost in the first quarter.
Oh, no.
No, this is my favorite time of year. I like putting them $5 parlays and 7 ways and all that. But I'm a college football sicko like you guys, you know. I look forward to this. I think even bad games could be good games, if that makes sense. You know,
Sure.
Oklahoma, Alabama, that's going to be a defensive struggle apparently because, you know,
they can't run the football.
Yeah, they can't. So should be fun. I mean, there's and Ute's worried about JMU upsetting, or he thinks JMU is going to upset Oregon. What about Tulane?
I picked Tulane.
Go on against
actually.
Ole Miss.
You get Tulane upset.
I did pick Tulane, yeah.
Ole Miss
lost their coach.
Lost their coach.
And they've had a bunch of guys say they're not playing.
Yeah, so.
Well, Tulane lost their coach too.
They did. They did.
Who's got more to play for? Who's got more to play for?
I mean, they both do. They're playing for a national championship. It's crazy.
Look, I wouldn't bet money on it. I'm not dumb, but I did pick Tulane in the upset. I think if there's ever going to be an upset, it could be this year. Tulane over Ole Miss.
Yeah, I think that's more likely than JMU over Oregon.
James Madison would be shocking on so many levels. I mean, they haven't changed their coach at Oregon. It's the same Oregon offense. Their defense maybe is a little suspect this year, but still, they're much better in every regard than James Madison. So we'll have to see. But did anybody take James Madison, Moen?
I don't think so. I think everybody took Oregon.
Okay.
But we'll reveal our
Guys, if JMU wins this game, it'd be the biggest upset in college football history.
Maybe,
No,
probably.
Like you're looking like at App State, Michigan stuff, but
Yeah.
no, this isn't the playoffs, Moan. JMU
Yeah.
got in the playoffs,
know,
and if
but
they
that's-
beat Oregon at Austin, biggest in history. Really is.
But it's because they're in the playoffs and they're an actual FBS division school. App State, when they beat Michigan, was an FCS school. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I think it is the biggest upset. That's what I would say too.
okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so we got that to look forward to. We're going to go through those picks in just a little bit. Also want to let everybody know that we are tracking success and failure in the bowls. Moen, did you preview last night the bowl pick'ems with everybody?
I did not. We saved the brackets for this, but we also mentioned again, ESPN.com. We've got our bowl pick'em set up. You can find that on the community tab here on YouTube. You can also find that on the Twitter account at the CFB Mafia. You can still get into that. There's only been a few games, guys. You can still get in there and win that thing. Just make sure you click on the link, use the password Mafia, and you should be in. Make your picks.
It's a lot of fun. Gives you something to pay attention to. Bowl season has lost a lot of the cachet, a lot of the passion. Probably at the end of the season, we'll do a revisit of all the bowl games to how they came out. At the end of the day, I think all three of us pretty much look at them like they're great exhibitions, but for purposes of long-standing and how teams set up for next year, I don't think it's a good indication of success or failure. Yeah. Go ahead,
You
you.
have a completely different team next year.
Yeah.
The portal's going to hit. I mean, like half the players don't play in a bowl game. It's kind of worse than a spring game for a team. It gets turned into such a mess and everything. And look, people still watch it. I wanted the 2014 playoff to come and everything so we can abandon bowl games forever. They're not what they used to be.
No, they're not. Mo, and any last words on that?
No, I agree with you. I mean, it's like trying to bet on them. And like I said, I put a $5 bet on USF Old Dominion last night and lost in the first quarter. But it's like I didn't know that both quarterbacks were sitting out until
you
started.
never do. Yeah,
you don't know who's playing and who's not. So how the hell are you supposed to bet it? And the kid who played for South Florida, it was his first college game.
I was just gonna say that is so unfair.
And he's been there like 6 years. He's been there 6 years, and this is his first collegiate start.
Yikes. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. The one topic I wanted to bring up before we go into shout-outs is Michigan. Latest on Michigan is there is no latest. I think that everybody's waiting. Kalen DeBoer's option 1. Kenny Dillingham is option 2. And Kyle Whittingham has quickly put him up as option 3 or 4. After this weekend, you're going to get indication of whether Alabama's still in the playoff. And that's kind of where everybody's pointing to see is what does Kalen DeBoer do after the game against Oklahoma? Is there any chance he leaves Alabama?
No, I don't see it.
I
tell you, Kenny Dillingham's really the guy.
I think
seriously. I think that's the coach right there. Whittingham would be a shock. Whittingham's 66 years old. You want to go into a program that might get sanctioned? Who knows what kind of repercussions? Like, do you really want to take that on? I just can't see that, right? So I think Dillingham's there's so much pointing on that.
Yeah, so much smoke. And his non-answers about how he'll always be an ASU guy and ASU's in his blood and all these other things. Not one of those things is a denial. He hasn't said no once. And so I think Dillingham, if they offer it, I think it's Dillingham's job to give away, I guess. All right. Well, let's do quick shout outs and then we will get to our bowl picks, actually playoff picks. First in the house is Evil Badger. Ryan Willie, good to have you here. Valuable member, OG member of the College Football Mafia family. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, College Football Mafia, he says. Thank you so much. Skaven, yes. Go Big Red. Skaven saying, hello, gentlemen. Skaven's another OG member of the College Football Mafia family. Thank you so much. Mowing After Dark, we've got first a member comment, and he's been a member for 1 month. That's nice.
Yeah.
Good evening, all. And then we got something here, Mowing. What's this? Bing, bang.
I gifted. It's the season to give,
Christmas.
and I gifted 10 memberships to the College
Woo,
Football
woo.
Mafia family.
Thank
Those
you,
went to
Let's
Richard
go.
Carlson, Noel Ramirez, Brad Taylor, Kervin S. Pierre, W.H. Maxwell, Troy
Let's
V, Jason 25 MBM, Matthew Gronzik, and Chef Mall, and James Kane.
I love it. Excellent.
10 new members. We got a new members only video dropping next week. I think people are going to be very, very interested in it. Some Big Ten bombshells next week. So
all right.
Definitely want to check out
Wizard.
The Wizard's involved. The Wizard's involved. There's another person involved as well. Some Big Ten bombshells on Moen Confidential.
I'm ready. Let's go. Let's shock the world, Moen. Let's do it. 10 new memberships means you guys all have access to the College Football Mafia family network of channels. The words I was looking for. Channel of shows. Go on the main page. Go scroll across the middle of the page. You can pick each one of those tabs for different video types. There's short form, long form, member videos that are only available to those members. And then all new members also need to be on the lookout for the member shows that come up every once in a while that you only have access to, that are live shows. So we want to preview all those. Moen, do you want to spend any more time on the next member show we got coming?
We'll just call it what's called Big Ten Bombshells. So we'll definitely want to check it out.
I love it. I love it. Big Ten Bombshells. Brickbat Viscounting. Is that right, Moen? Brickbat Viscounting?
I guess.
Chop Mafia at 7 p.m. Kind of talk smack. Good to have you here, Brickbat. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for being a valuable member of the College Football Mafia family, and just encourage you, if that is a gift membership, when that time runs out, I would encourage you to sign back up and become a monthly subscriber. We really appreciate that loyalty. Thank you so much for being here. BYU football. This would be Sean in the house saying hi, guys. Another OG member of the College Football Mafia family. Tom Dubay says Moen laying down a 10 spot for the new members. Very unselfish, Moen. I appreciate it.
Moen, you look like Bad Santa tonight, kind of. Bad Santa.
Thank you. I'm taking that as a compliment.
It is. It's very much a compliment. Bad Santa.
Caleb Ramirez, OG member of the College Football Mafia family. Good to have you here, Caleb. Merry Christmas to you, Caleb. It's nice to see you. Says hi, all. Also, we've got two $5 super chats. First, Evil Badger, $5 super chat. Says callers on Voice of College Football keep complaining about Tulane and James Madison being in the CFP over Vandy and Texas. What's your opinion?
I gotta speak to this, and then
please do.
You gotta speak to. Like, I think Evil Badger, you'd agree that that we need some G6 representation. Look, at least one of them, at least Tulane should be in this playoffs. It just shook out. JMU got in. Come on, guys. Can we get over this Texas thing? Texas lost 3 football games into a bad Florida team. Like, look, I'm a Utah fan, and the team that got really screwed is BYU. And it's crazy to me that BYU's still not even mentioned. The callers and Voice of College Football are talking about 2 SEC schools.
Yeah.
And BYU still's not even getting a discussion. And Utah went 10-2, and like they're just left out, like forgotten about in 15th position. So I don't know what they're complaining about. Like, really, Texas had no business. They does not deserve the playoff. When you lose 3 games out of 12, you do not deserve to go into a postseason, guys. You lost to Florida. Like, that just should disqualify you. Vandy has a better argument than Texas, but Vandy does not have as good an argument as Notre Dame and as BYU. Those are the 2 that got mega screwed, in my view.
Everything you said times 10, and I would just add on top of that it is the way it is. It wouldn't have turned out that way if the ACC had a tiebreaker that, you didn't need a trigonometry degree to figure out the tiebreakers to get into the thing. At the end of the day, the ACC was just not good this year. They had to have somebody represent, which is why Miami jumped and got into the playoff in the first place. But it's a broken system. You can complain all you want about who has made it in. That's the system they built. They all signed up to it. They all put pen to paper and agreed to the contract. They all basically just gave ESPN the contract for the CFP. Never went out to general quote. Nobody else even had a chance, an opportunity to bid Hello Fox or TNT for the primary ownership or even shared membership of the whole CFP organization. So I kind of feel like even though there's teams that got screwed and BYU and Utah are certainly at the top of that list, it makes absolutely no sense to bitch and moan about it now because it's the system you guys all agreed to. And I would just say this, 16 is not enough. They're probably going to move to 16 in the spring. That's not enough teams. 24 first-round buys, first 2 rounds, home games, fixes all of that. And I just don't know why they keep fighting it. Doesn't make any sense. Jim Phillips is on now record saying 16 might not be enough. Jim Phillips said that.
Thank goodness.
If he's saying that, and now Brett Yormark's been torn apart for his stupid comments, something has to change. But the USEC people are just look. Vanderbilt, you have a quarterback that's like a hobbit. What in the hell is he doing out there even competing to be in a playoff game? The guy is a complete troll, and you're thinking your team deserved to get in over all these other teams that were left out. Just shut up. SEC people are just over the top. I'm serious. I know we got Larry, the GM, is in chat. He's probably not very happy with it.
Josh Huber just entering the pool. No way. I didn't see that.
Wow.
That just happened,
my gosh. This just happened. We got this peek around the corner. That would be Greg Flugar, $5 super chat. This is this is not in my pre-show notes. So this just happened. Josh Hoover is going to be leaving TCU for his senior season, I think. Might be a junior. To play football somewhere else. Clemson being the rumored destination. Look, everybody needs quarterbacks. There's quarterbacks that leave every year. Indiana's going to need a quarterback. Miami's going to need a quarterback. Clemson, Cade Klubnik hasn't graduated, so that means, did he leave Clemson? I think he did, actually, now that I think about it. So
I'll tell you what, the Big 12 is losing a lot of talent, guys.
They are.
It's really crazy, especially quarterback talent. Not good. I don't know how next year is going to be better than this year.
Completely agree with you.
For conference wide, right? And
it's getting worse. It's not getting better. There are teams now starting to stand out on the top. Utah, BYU, and Texas Tech are starting to separate themselves from everybody else, and that's not where I want to be. I love having good teams in the Big 12. I want everybody to be successful, but look, I don't know what else to say. Look around. Arizona State, if they lose, they already lost their quarterback that's going to be in the NFL or starting next year on a Texas team, or I just don't know where these other schools are going to win. TCU losing Josh Hoover. Big 12's in trouble, Ute.
It's huge trouble. And Arizona State's the program that's the most concerning. They had so much momentum.
I agree.
Losing Raleek Brown, Big 12, all Big 12 running back, the receiver. Oh my gosh, all their talented players, their skill position players, their studs are just gone, and Dillingham might be jumping too. I mean, it's some wild times. I think you nailed it though. There's really 3 programs that are emerging, and it's really based on the financials. And Utah had to do this private equity deal to compete financially with the BYU and also a Texas Tech, and that is the difference maker. I mean, Arizona State's struggling financially. TCU's, we don't know. They're in private school. We haven't heard much on NIL. But guys, get a private equity deal done if you want to compete. Seriously, unless you've got $1 billion booster, that's basically how the game goes today.
It's unfortunate we've gotten here, but it is because historically the NCAA could not manage a lemonade stand well, and all those negative facts are coming home to roost. So anyways, I didn't mean to spend so much time on that, but thank you so much for the update, Greg. It's great to have you here. And if I don't talk to you, Greg, it's great to see you. Happy New Year and Merry Christmas to you.
Absolutely.
And your beautiful wife and anybody else is willing to put up with you.
Let's see if we can pull off a Christmas miracle here. We're going to try this. We're going to do the Wisconsin song into the Minnesota song.
Okay, let's go.
What?
I love it.
And you brought up Diego Pavia, and I have to mention it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if you see the new NIL deal. I know he's leaving college, but
everything
What?
unless
Show
you're
me.
trying to prove it is. That's why I roll with Pavia Minis. Sleek, smooth, perfectly small. Because when you've got everything else going on, you don't need to let anyone think otherwise. Pavia Minis. Because confidence comes in small packages.
Oh my
You
gosh.
got to be kidding me, Moan.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh
my
gosh.
do you want to see it one more time, guys? We'll
No.
Sure, whatever.
I
Go
want to
ahead.
see it
Any
ever
sizes
again.
and everything unless you're trying to prove it is. That's why I roll with Pavia Minis. Sleek, smooth, perfectly small. Because when you've got everything else going on, you don't need to let anyone think otherwise. Pavia Minis.
Lord.
Because confidence comes in small packages.
Moan, you bad man. you bad man.
Bad Santa, Moan.
Bad Santa. Bad Santa. Yeah, Diego Pavia needs to
Oh,
just
my.
go away. He is
Wow.
Johnny Six Guns reborn, and he will be playing in the college or Canadian Football League or the indoor arena here pretty quick. Can you even believe he was the runner up for the Heisman? I don't know who voted for him, but I did not
SEC
think
writers.
he was not that good.
Brett
He was not that
McMurphy,
good.
for sure.
You look at his stats, like what was it? Baker Mayfield, his year when he won, he threw for like 4,800 yards. Diego Pavia's got like 3,100 yards, and he accounted for more than 20 touchdowns. But it's not like his team's going to win the national championship. So I never understood it. It's like everybody vote for the small guy. Is that it?
It's still the Heisman is still such a regional thing that regions
maybe that's
carry
it.
them. You know, you've got the SEC voters and Brett McMurphy are voting for Diego Pavia, and then you've got. Remember, you used to have West Coast voters vote for Pac-12 guys only.
Yeah, right.
Big Ten in the Midwest only voted for Big Ten guys, and then you had the guys in the ACC voting for ACC.
Right.
I listen. I think the right guy won the Heisman.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, he's on the number one team, historically good for his school. Everything about it screamed he had to win that. Mendoza definitely earned it. So anyway, we can move on. That's already more time I was going to spend on Pavia the rest of my life. So I won't bring that back up, him, ever again, unless he's on the police blotter next week, which could very well happen. We'll get a few more comments in here. Mr. Monkey says, which of you is eating traditional Christmas durian tonight? And that would be Moen.
It's too expensive, man. It's like $126 for just a little bit of durian. I want to try it.
Why would you spend that for crazy?
It is supposed to be the greatest fruit ever.
It is whatever.
It
just sounds nasty.
Now, the other day, I had my first taste of dragon fruit.
Uh-huh.
And I have to say, dragon fruit is quite delicious.
Okay. You're very risky. You're not. I'm risk averse. You go out there and you're eating fruits and vegetables that normal people should not have access to.
I'm risk averse by eating my fruits and vegetables, people.
There you go. That's right. Let's get to a few more here. Let's see. Boy, we got a bunch of people in, and I've said hi to most of them. OPD Dot in the house, valuable member of the College Football Mafia family. Good to have you here, Opie. Happy holidays. Stanford beat USC as a 42.5-point dog. They won 24-23.
It would be an amazing day. It would be an amazing month, a year, 5 years, a
James
decade.
Madison
wins this football game. Oh my gosh, guys. It would be the greatest thing ever. Ever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not there's no way it happens. But if it did, look, I'm no fan of Oregon. I would love for it to happen. But I can only pick one upset this whole playoff season, and that went to Tulane. So we'll go through the picks, and everybody can see where I'm at. But yeah, that is obviously, Opie, a very, very big game. There's been all kinds of upside down games. The App State Michigan, App State, Texas A&M. I mean, they just go around and they've taken heads everywhere they go. I would never play App State ever.
Nope.
Tom Dubay, this is a question for you, Ute, and I do have some information on this as well, but you can answer it. Can you confirm from Tom Dubay? Can you confirm whether the Big 12 capital deal would bring $500 million to the conference, as well as $30 million to any school wanting to bring funds to their institution? In other words, are there two components?
Yeah, I can answer that, and Nate, you can add on too if you've got additional context here.
Yeah.
It's each school can draw down about 31 to 32 million. And it's all in one big pie, guys, a $500 million pie if everyone jumps in. And what this Big 12 deal, it's not really a private equity deal.
That's right.
You're not selling ownership of the Big 12. You're not selling the media rights. You're basically trying to get an advance. So it's actually in the finance world is called a factoring finance transaction. What that means is hey, you're expecting $32 million in conference media rights per year from the Big 12 media deal. You can ask the Big 12 and their private capital partner to fund you up front. Say, hey, we're expecting $32 million for the course of the year. How about we just take $28 million today, and then in fees down the line, you get $4 million in fees and stuff, and that's how the private capital firm makes their money. It's basically kind of like an upfront payment and fees down the line. That's how the structure of this works. It's nothing profound. It's just basically hey, you're selling your future media rights today to get cash today.
Yeah, it's a little like a HELOC for people that aren't in the finance world like you is. You're giving away for a HELOC, you give whatever the ownership stake is. Basically, it's a second. You sell the house, the bank gets that money first. And then you can use it up front for improvements on your home, or go out and buy a car, or pay down debt. You can do things like this. And that's where, and correct me if I'm wrong on this one, Ute, isn't this a loan vehicle as well? If they want to pay that back, the money goes back in, and then the Big 12 can turn into a bank, essentially. The school can go back and get that money again if they pay off their initial amount. And you could do that. I'm not sure what the term is. Is that a 5-year deal? A 6-year deal?
They haven't outlined the term of it, but the way that I see it and read it, it basically is like a 1-year period to get the money. Okay. Or if it's any longer, you're selling your future media rights, guys.
It sucks if you have to do this.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're selling your future media rights to get cash today, and and that causes you. It's basically you're paying the fee along the line to reimburse the private capital company. So really, it's not a great deal when you're looking at how much you're actually getting at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But if you need money today for NIL or whatever, and you want to sell off your future media rights that you're supposed to be getting, you can get cash today. That's what this is. It's not a loan. It's basically you're selling something. They're actually selling their future media rights.
And if you're a school that needs this money, for one, I'm not even sure how many schools are going to. This was announced like it was a big thing. Texas Tech is not taking the money. BYU's not going to take the money. Utah's now got its own money coming in on their own deal. And yet you've had other schools that have complained about funds. Arizona State, Iowa State, Kansas State, who've wanted to continue to stay up playing big time football. To do that, you need money. And that's where everybody's I think that the way I look at this is they've given these schools an outlet to go out and get the money now, to win now. And the schools probably figure out, if we don't catch this next wave, if we don't catch the 29 to 32 train for the next realignment wave, and we're out because we just couldn't spend a little bit more money, it doesn't matter how much they have to pay back or how long it takes. If they miss this train, this next consolidation train, they're going to be off, and they're going to be playing a lower division of college football. So it's almost like a no lose if you really need the money that bad.
And really what this has to do with is instead of the financing that could happen, it's more about the relationship. We know you've talked about on this channel. Right. Greg, you've talked about a peek around the corner a bunch. You're nails on this. You're establishing a deeper relationship with Redbird Weatherford Capital.
Yes.
Because, in 2030 time range, you're trying to get and strike a CBS deal, guys, media deal. That's the root of this and stuff. Can we deepen that relationship? Redbird is a owner in different funds that own CBS. Paramount and everything. And,
Yep.
and so you're trying to develop that relationship to get that media deal in the future. And this is just one way in the door to establish that relationship years in advance. That's the big idea on this one.
I agree, and the relationships matter. That's why it was announced as a conference-wide deal. It wasn't announced at each individual school because they do want to sell the conference as an entity and as a living, breathing competitor to the bigger conferences, the more valuable conferences. The best way to do that is to secure a media rights deal with maybe TNT, CBS, Paramount, that gives them the longevity they need if for whatever reason they're still on the outs whenever the next consolidation phase happens. It might not even be a thing. In 2030, 31, the Big 12 might not be where everybody's competing. Everybody's competing in a super league of some sort, and the conference is sort of just there for basketball and the other sports. So we don't know yet what it's going to look like, but these schools need money. It's obvious the schools need money to survive. And if that money's up front, at the end of the day, I don't think you have anything to lose. If you end up losing this next wave, your school doesn't catch the train, you're going to be left off anyway. So who cares if you end up owing debt service back on media dollars that it never panned out? If you don't make this wave, you are gone. And that's it's all or nothing, really.
That's why Utah did the private equity deal. For that same thinking. You had to do it. You've got 3 years. 3 years.
True. It's exactly right. Yeah. So people bemoaning your school saying, hey, I took the money. That sucks. It means my school's bad. And no, that's not true. If your school doesn't take it, it means you guys have enough funds. You have enough backing. You can do your operating capital. You can pay for your NIL, and then you continue to improve your program. You improve the stadium. You do after effects for shows, things like this. If you can find other ways to come up with the money, great. There's no penalty. You don't have to have it, but it's there if you have a plan and you think you can use it to succeed. The conference has just said, we'll backstop you. We'll use our good name to get you money up front if that is something that you can use. So,
what do you think, Mom?
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, what I think, it sounds like a loan shark to me.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
It's a loan shark, and you're going to have to pay the vig on that and the juice. And to me, it's not worth it.
No.
But again, public capital deal that the Big Ten got eviscerated for it. How dare the Big Ten try a public capital deal? And the Big 12 signed a private equity deal. But I do get the point of view that you want to get in tight with the Ellisons. You want to get in with Paramount. You want to try and get a Paramount kind of CBS deal done as your sole partner for the next media deal, or at least a majority partner, because ESPN is not doing you any favors.
And here's the advantage if it's transfer portal season coming up and your school just doesn't have any money, like for rev share or like NIL and stuff, it gets them money up front so they can pay for that. And but you're selling off your future revenue coming in, your money coming in. It's like, give me money today and I'll give you access to the money coming in tomorrow for a fee. Right. So at least you can bridge and have money to pay for your players today if it's a liquidity issue. If you don't have the cash today to pay for what you need.
That's what I think. And that's what I'm saying. It provides you over. The money gets put in your checking account. Now you can go out and write checks against that money that's in the checking account. And you have the ability to now make decisions now. You don't have to wait. You don't have to go to a board for the money's there. It's just a matter of whether you utilize it or not. And every school might take advantage of it. For all I know, BYU's got some major capital deal and they're willing to sell away some of their operations. It's not going to happen. If you're a BYU fan, there you have to come up with other different ways to get money. The church is not going to allow. Look, the church is a cash-only deal group. They're not going to deal with anything that isn't just a full capitalized booster supported type of an operation, like improvements to the stadium. But Texas Tech, they're backstopped with oil money. Utah's now come up with its own, which I think is laudable. I thought what Utah did. Now we're not sure of the details yet. There's one outstanding question nobody's been able to answer yet.
What's that?
That is, does the state backstop this thing if the thing falls apart? And that's only if it wasn't successful, which I think it's going to be successful. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. But that's been my only question is, as a Utah State taxpayer, if they go out and they do a big deal like this and they go south, am I on the hook at the end of the day to make those dues?
The answer is no, because it's a for-profit other entity.
Okay, thank you for telling me that.
And they actually separated Utah sports. So Utah, there's 3 segments that went into this for-profit: Utah football, assets, Utah basketball, and Utah gymnastics. All the other sports aren't in this for-profit.
Okay.
You know why? Because they would get cut.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cutthroat in this for-profit entity. It's a money-making machine, right? But like, hey, if that goes belly up and stuff, that's not going to go back. That's going to be separate from taxpayer dollars and stuff. That's why they structured it in the way they did. So
I love it.
You're not going to have to pay for that.
Thank you for answering that, because I asked that question for 2 weeks and I never got a solid answer from anybody.
But that could go. I mean, like, it could go into some kind of bankruptcy. I mean, like, if it's by itself, which is wild.
Yeah, I kind of think that's better. It makes me feel better. I just didn't want to end up where your Arizona State, essentially the legislature having to bail out 2 athletic departments to the tune of $52 million, a $500 million capitalization on any type of a loan or private capital, private equity, whatever you want to call it. That's scary, right? That amount is huge compared to what these other bills that had to be paid. So it makes me so happy, and I'm cheering for Utah. I want Utah to be successful with this thing, because they don't have any big billion-dollar boosters, unfortunately. If they do, they're not paying much money. So, okay, let's move right along. I know we've gotten long into this. We'll get to more comments in just a bit. Moen, let's jump into our college football playoff picks. I'm going to let you can drive this tonight.
All right. Well, we're starting with Bomber, and here you go, Bomber.
As it should be. As we should.
Be. Jam, you Oregon. You have Oregon win, and apparently you don't have faith in the Dukes.
No, that one's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Oklahoma, Alabama. Now, this is an interesting one to me. Do you think Oklahoma has enough offense to outscore Alabama?
I'll be perfectly honest. I was picking Oklahoma's defense.
Okay.
I think Oklahoma's defense is better than Alabama's offense.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. And I don't disagree with you there. Tulane, there you go. There's your upset. Number 11.
That's my upset.
Number 6.
Let's go Tulane. Jake Retzlaff, you can do it.
And then you got Miami. Number 10, Miami over Texas A&M.
Texas A&M is overrated. They've been overrated all season. The only games that mattered to them, they lost both of them. So there's no way I could pick Texas A&M. And I'm not sure I'll ever be able to pick Texas A&M in a playoff, but we'd have to see who the matchups would be.
So that's your first round.
It is.
Second round, you've got Texas Tech knocking off Oregon.
I do.
You've got Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana's.
You don't think Tulane is lucky twice? They get knocked off by Georgia.
I don't.
And you think Ohio State knocks off Miami, which I tend to agree with.
Yeah, I think
so. Your final
package.
Final 4 are 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then
I didn't even realize that. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh wow, I did. Okay.
All right. And then you've got 1 and 2, and then number 2 being the ultimate winner, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Ohio State did it last year. They have the template. I think they're going to do the exact same thing this year.
Man,
I do. I think that's right. Any other questions about my picks?
Which do you think is going to be like the biggest blowout out of all the games we're seeing? Forget JMU, Oregon.
Okay, that was off the board. Then let me look at the second round. Probably Georgia, Tulane.
Yeah, that would
be
make
the
sense.
Next one. And then if you go to a third, I don't know that there's a third blowout on the board. I think the rest of those games, I think, could be really, really close.
I think Miami, Ohio State, and I know Rock's probably watching. That could be a blowout. Carson Beck's propensity to throw interceptions with guys like Caleb Downs out on the field.
Yeah.
That's probably the best secondary in America, overall secondary in America. So that could get ugly if Carson Beck throws some interceptions. Ohio State's problem, though, is they cannot get it done on short yardage.
Yes.
They have had issues with short yardage. There's Rock saying stop drinking. Listen, hey, best of luck to Miami this week, Rock. I'm rooting for you this week. You'll see my picks coming up, but hey, you guys still haven't recovered from the last time you guys played Ohio State.
Oh boy,
game. So,
come on, that was 22 years ago.
Wow.
Come on now.
Wasn't that? Yeah, it was like 2002.
2002.
That's what I'm saying. It was like 22, 23 years ago. Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Yep.
Bomber can be my friend for one more week. Flag just got thrown.
Who just said that? Who just said that?
That's Rock and Rant. He's still.
I am a Miami fan for life. He knows that. It's not a matter. I like Ohio State too, and I think just this year, I think Ohio State's got a little bit more in them. So,
moving on. This is Wild Utes bracket.
Yep.
Wild U, you have got Oregon knocking off JMU. You don't believe in the Dukes that much.
You went chalk all the way. How boring is that?
I did not go chalk all the way.
You went chalk all the way.
Like
I'm later
Bomber,
down the line. Look,
like Bomber, you like Oklahoma over Alabama. Now that's Oklahoma's defense, right? You're not picking that.
I like Mateer. Like I think that Simpson is still banged up, and like the Alabama run game is just not there. Alabama getting creamed by Georgia brings bad juju, bad momentum. I just think that
it was a bad beat.
Much.
That was a bad beat down too. That was not even really a close game ever. So yeah, I
like Oklahoma a lot in this game. I think Oklahoma wins it. I think they win it by multiple possessions.
Really?
So give me Oklahoma over Bama. I think that Ole Miss thumps Tulane, unfortunately.
Can't go with the underdog.
And then I've got Texas A&M beating Miami, and that's really Kyle Field. I think Texas A&M's getting massively slept on. Look, they were undefeated. They lost to Texas in a tight game, and everyone's buried them. I think this is a good football team with a good roster and everything. And I think, Rock, I'll be honest, I think Miami's the most overrated team in the playoffs. I don't think they should be in the playoffs. I think this game's going to snuff that out. So I got A&M winning this game. Okay, moving on to the next round here. This is the one that's going to really stab a lot of Big 12 fans in the heart right here. Texas A&M losing to Oregon.
At home.
Man, no, this is going to be in Florida.
Oh, that's right. It isn't a home game. I keep forgetting that. It should be. Yeah, keep going.
The reason for this pick and stuff is because the momentum established from the thumping of JMU and playing a week and a half before, still getting a mini bye week for Oregon and coming and playing a cold Texas Tech team. Oregon's going to come out hot in that game. They're going to get an early lead, and they're going to be able to hold on to it in a tight one. I think Oregon beats Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl, and it's going to make mega suck for us Big 12 fans in this offseason because that's a game that we just can't lose. That's how I see it, guys, working. And I think Oregon continues that hot streak too. Oklahoma get the Alabama win and pulls off a huge upset at Indiana here. I like Mateer. I think that Indiana, everything that's gone on, the Heisman and everything, it's been a magical season. I think they lay. Hey guys, give me Oklahoma to upset Indiana. And then going down, Georgia thumps the crap out of Ole Miss.
Wow.
They're going to beat the snot out of them. I think Georgia really is that good and stuff, even though Ole Miss is going to have some momentum going in from the prior week and a half. And Texas A&M is going to get obliterated by Ohio State. Ohio State is the best team in the field, as you can see with the championship pick. So I like Ohio State in a freaking burner here. This game's going to be a thug, just smash fest. Georgia, Ohio State's going to be one of the best games in this playoff field all year long. Give me the Buckeyes, though. They've got the championship pedigree. And I think that Oklahoma, right off of these big games, an Alabama win, an Indiana upset, all of a sudden they actually see a hot Oregon team and they lose to Oregon, and Oregon makes it into the championship game. And Oregon plays Ohio State tough, but Ohio State pulls it out still, and Ohio State repeats as champions right there.
Okay. I just have one question, and that is,
sure.
If remember last year, all four teams that got a bye lost.
Yep.
So the experiment this year is the field's a little more balanced this year than it was last year. I think that it was tilted last year. It was really a weird looking bracket. It never looked balanced. This one seems a lot more fair for if you get past the first round of games. Of all of these, do you see that Texas Tech has a better chance or a worse chance to win because of the bye week? Not by skill. Yeah.
Worse. I hate it. I wish Texas Tech was playing JMU. I would pick Texas
Yeah, I
Tech
do
to make
too,
a huge
actually.
run.
I wish that too. I wanted that going into it. Yeah, I do.
JMU, if Oregon blows the house off them, the momentum they're going to take into that Texas Tech game when Texas Tech hasn't played for like a full month,
Right.
man, I don't like that. And Oregon's a team that's a 50-50 game as is. I don't like it, guys. I brought this up last week. I hate the fact that Texas Tech's looking at a hot duck team. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Moving on to the correct picks.
We all have Ohio State.
First thing you'll notice is I actually think Alabama's going to beat Oklahoma. I understand it's in Norman. I understand that Alabama cannot run the ball. And I think that's going to cause Alabama to air that ball out to Jeremy Bernard, Ryan Williams, all the great receivers they have there. They're going to have to give that quarterback a little bit of time, but I think this comes down to whoever makes a mistake. And I think John Mateer, that hand, I know they say, the hand's better now, but I'm telling you, the first time he gets hit on that hand,
he has not looked right since
he is going to fumble that ball.
Yeah.
I like Alabama to win this one, but I don't look for it to be a 2-possession or 3-possession game. This is going to be like 17-10, or 17-13. It's going to be an ugly game. It's going to be smash mouth, just shoe leather ugly. Then I've got Ole Miss beating Tulane. Sorry, Tulane. Ole Miss just has way more talent. Miami, Florida, Texas A&M. Texas A&M got exposed by Texas.
I thought
they
so
absolutely did. They played a weak schedule all year. That's the only reason they were ranked so high. I think Miami is a better football team than Texas A&M. I think they do enough to beat Texas A&M, although that is probably the toughest home field advantage of these four teams. 100,000 plus in Kyle Field.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be rough for Miami to go in there, but I think they get it done. I like Oregon over Texas Tech, but I'm circling this game right here. I think this is one of the best games of the playoff.
I agree.
I think this could go into overtime, double overtime. Mm-hmm. I think this is going to be a crazy game. I'm really looking forward to this. Indiana's going to beat Alabama. Indiana's a better team.
They are a better team. I agree.
Georgia's going to beat Ole Miss. Georgia might actually be the best team in the field.
No, I don't think so.
Like I mentioned, Ohio State beats Miami. Here's my second game to look out for: Ohio State, Georgia. Yeah. That could be a monster game. That could be a really, really good game.
That game could get into 25, 30 million people watch it. You might have more people watching that game than you'd have in the championship.
And they played a couple years ago in the 4-team playoff.
Yeah.
And they lost a missed field goal at the end of the game, cost Ohio State. Oregon, Indiana. I think Oregon pulls the upset. I'm with you. I think Oregon gets hot. We saw it last year when Ohio State got hot. I think Oregon gets hot in this playoff run. And I like Oregon to upset Indiana. And then I've got Oregon and Ohio State. And, of course, I'm going to be a homer, and I'm going to pick Ohio State to win it all. Back-to-back national champions. But I would not be shocked if Georgia won it all either. I think it's really going to come down to that national championship game. Is going to come down to these semifinals, Georgia versus Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
So as we've gone through the three of ours, and we'll go through the others as well, but as we've gone through the three of ours, what's the one thing that stands out to you? To me, I look at the way that the bracket's built, and I think that the way they pick the teams is so regimented now. It's like if you're one, you have to be one. If you're two, you have to be two. Is there one team on here that you think that it doesn't matter what the bracket is, they could tear through and win the whole thing? Is that Oregon? Is that what you guys are thinking? It's Oregon that would be that team?
Well, I think Ohio State, for all of us, would tear through anybody.
I
It's
think
tough.
Ohio State's the best
If you
team
look,
2 years in
I mean,
a row.
look at the
yeah.
second round. I mean, like you want to, if you win the first round, you're playing Ohio State. If you win the first round, you're playing Georgia. If you
Yeah.
win the first round, you're playing Indiana or Texas Tech. Like the easiest game out of all those is the Texas Tech game. Indiana's so hot right now. There's so much good stuff that's happened. The Heisman, man, I do hope I'm wrong about that. I just think they're going to lay an egg. They're the better team than Oklahoma or Bama, but we'll see what happens.
Here's my thing, Nate. I think last year it was true as well. Texas, Ohio State, that game is what decided the national championship.
Which was the semifinal.
Which was the semifinal game.
Yeah.
If it's Georgia versus Ohio State, I think that determines your national champion. And I think Ohio State just edges them. I think Ohio State's got a very good defense. Georgia's got a hell of a defense as well. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see because I think that game determines who your national champion is. Whoever's coming out of that is going to be either Oregon or an Indiana or a Texas Tech.
Okay. All right. Very good. Who's next?
Next up would be Rock.
Rock and Rant. College Football Express in the house. He's got a $5 super chat, Moen. He says, for half a bottle of Mad Dog for Wild Utes next blue drinking day. There you go, Ute. You can thank Rock for that super chat.
That's all right, Rock. You pay the shipping on this one, okay?
Thank you so much, Rock.
Gee. Gosh, Mad Dog.
All right, go ahead, Moen.
Okay. So Rock, he started off, he's got Oregon over Texas, or Oregon over JMU.
Yep.
He too likes Alabama over Oklahoma.
Okay.
He likes Ole Miss. He doesn't think there's a G6 upset here. His
probably not. It's fun.
His upset comes with Miami beating Texas A&M, which is an upset. Texas A&M is actually favored in that game.
But it's at home.
Because it's at home, yeah.
It's at home, yeah.
Second round, he has Texas Tech knocking off Oregon.
Which Indiana. I think they can do. I think they can do that.
Like I said, I think that game could end up in double overtime. And then he's got Indiana knocking off Alabama.
Yeah.
He's got Georgia knocking off Ole Miss. He's got Miami knocking off Ohio State.
Whoa! Rock has got him all the way through. Check it out.
He is a homer, but you know what?
I love it.
I told him I'm giving him his flowers, man. It's nice to see somebody with genuine enthusiasm, and he was absolutely rocked when they got selected for the playoffs.
I'm excited for him. I think my team got screwed and Miami was promoted, but at the end of the day, as long as Notre Dame was kept out, I was okay with it. Let's just move right along to the next.
And then he's got Miami beating Georgia.
Man, just imagine that run.
Man, that is magical. That is magical.
And then he's got Indiana beating Texas Tech, but then he says the run stops for Miami. Indiana is your national champion.
Oh my gosh.
Indiana, if they get hot, they blow people out. They don't just beat them. They blow them out. And I'm just wondering what those games might look like. But yeah, there you go. What are you doing?
Put your oven mitt bikini away.
Hey, Moan, if Indiana wins the championship, we're ready to see a lot of this.
Oh my gosh. What do you mean it's going to be like that for every week if they keep winning?
Come on, man.
All right.
We got community guidelines here on.
Go ahead.
Who's next? All right.
So that's
Rock has Indiana winning. Okay.
And we got Becky Go Husky. She's got Oregon beating JMU. She got Alabama beating Oklahoma. She's got Ole Miss beating Tulane. She's got Miami beating Ohio State. She's got Oregon upsetting Texas Tech.
Yeah, she would do that.
She's got Indiana beating Oregon. She's got Georgia and Ohio State. She took Georgia to beat Ohio State. She has Georgia as her national champion.
Makes sense.
I don't know.
I like her bracket a lot.
I do too.
I think Indiana beats Georgia.
Oh my gosh.
I think
I agree.
Don't
Indiana
make me
beats
bring that
Georgia.
swimsuit up. Come on. Hey, get me excited over here, Nate.
I tend to agree with Sean. I think Georgia's played the best down the stretch of all the teams, and that might.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
the national championship team last year lost their game going into the playoffs. So
Yeah, I think it's all. I still look at the bye week. I still think that bye week is going to be a bellwether again, to see if a team that plays the week before, as you've already talked about in detail, they keep that momentum through that first round of games. If we go 2 seasons in a row where it was 0 for 4 and 1 for 3 for the home game, what are we doing with bye weeks? I mean, what is the purpose of having a bye week if you just get set up for an extra 3 weeks to lose? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you're icing your team. Where I think that it could pay dividends, though, if you do get past that first opponent, you're healthier going for the deep
I would
run.
agree with that. Yeah, if
Right,
you
like-
win that game, yeah.
Yeah, because like Oregon, say that they do beat, you're going to be JMU, but if say they do upset Tech in like in a brutal game, right? Like you've already gone back-to-back weeks and stuff of playoff caliber games, and you've got Indiana. You just run out of steam. There's so many games, but like you can make a 2 or 3 win run. It's hard to get the title, right?
Yep. Yeah, agreed. All right, Pickles.
Pickles, Sergeant Pickles, and we hope Pickles is doing well out there in Washington.
Yeah, well, I hope
got-
everybody's doing well. Yeah.
Hope everybody's doing well. He's got Oregon over JMU. He has taken Oklahoma over Alabama. He's got Ole Miss over Tulane.
Yeah.
He's got Miami over Texas A&M.
Not a lot of faith in Texas A&M around here, Mom.
Not a lot of faith in Texas A&M. And this way, but I'm, man, 100,000. I'm tempted. I was really tempted to change my pick today. Oregon, Texas Tech. He has got Texas Tech knocking off Oregon.
It's a good pick.
He's got Indiana knocking off Oklahoma. He's got Georgia knocking off Ole Miss. He's got Ohio State knocking off Miami once again. Top 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Top 2, 1 Indiana, 2 Ohio State.
Pickles copied me. No, he didn't.
2
I took
Ohio
Tulane.
State.
Wow.
Ohio State winning it all. So
Yeah,
last
very good.
one up, and this is the guy who
Gygax.
won.
Daniel Gygax copying me. He's copying me.
Gygax won the overall picks this year by 1
He
win.
did.
He did win. He's got Oregon taking out JMU. He has Alabama over Oklahoma. Like Nate, he took Tulane to upset Ole Miss.
Green wave. Let's go.
He is, I think, one of the only ones. I think somebody else took Texas A&M as well.
Me.
Texas A&M over Miami. Then he's got Texas Tech beating an Oregon team. He's got Indiana beating Alabama. He's got Georgia beating Tulane. He's got Ohio State beating Texas A&M. Here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got Texas Tech beating Indiana. He's got Georgia beating Ohio State. And he's got Georgia as your national champion.
Yeah, I don't think that Texas Tech can score enough points to stay up with Indiana. I think their defense is elite, and I do believe they can beat Oregon. But Indiana's on another level on offense, and their defense is amazing. I know that because I've seen it twice, and it just is. I just do not think they can score enough offense to beat Indiana. I don't know, maybe.
I think that
Hard for me to
Oregon
imagine.
Texas. I think that Oregon Texas Tech game is going to be high scoring. And I get it that Texas Tech has a great defense, but Oregon's got a great offense. But I think somehow Texas Tech just fires it up in that game. The 2 games I would be looking forward to most: Ohio State, Georgia, Texas Tech, Oregon.
100%
Yeah.
agree.
I agree with that as well. Yeah, I think that's right.
So that's our bracket, and we have a scoring system. So I'll
Okay.
score it after every round.
Okay.
You get points for wins, you get points for accuracy. So we'll score this down the line, and we'll see who wins the bracket challenge.
Okay.
Should be good times.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I was just going to say, I think we can say the 12-team playoff has been a success from a competition standpoint, but the picking is broken. How desperate is the system? Have we finally broken through? Does it have to go more than 12 in the spring?
Well, I don't
I
know.
hope
We went for how long did we have a 14 playoff?
8 years, about
Yeah.
9 years, something like
Yeah.
that.
So I don't think it's going to change. I don't think everybody's going to. Here's the thing: there's no perfect playoff system. There's
The more
never going to
teams you
be.
include, though, the better accurate you can be. I mean, you go to 24.
You go to 24.
That's the top 25.
Yeah, you go to 20.
That's all it is.
You go to 24 and 25, 26, 27, 28 will have.
I don't think so. I think
reasons
top
why
25
they
has
should be in
been
there. So
top 25's in everybody's head, Moen.
I
What are you
think-
ranked in the top 25? I think if you go to 24
16
teams, that's it.
Again, I think 16, no at-larges, no buys.
No at-larges?
Oh, at-larges?
No at-larges.
Okay, so how does that work?
Propose your structure.
Yeah, what does this look
It's
like?
the 4-4-3-3-2. You give 4 to the Big
that
10,
right
4
now.
to the SEC, you give 3 to the Big 12, 3 to the ACC,
I would love
2
that.
to the G6. If Notre Dame qualifies, they have to take an ACC spot. You can get, there's relegation in that. If the Big 10 is doing poorly, the Big 10 can lose one and go down to 3 AQs. If the Big 12 is doing well, it can win one and go up to 4 AQs. I think it's a more fair model. Greg disagrees with me. He says the SEC will never agree to it. So, but listen, I think the Moen system of 4-4-3-3-2, 16 teams, you have no at-larges. You have the only thing the committee has to do is assign a number. That's it.
Yes.
They just assign a number. And then you don't have them worrying about eyeball tests or whatever other precedent that's been set that they have to overrule this year.
Yes.
It's just no at-larges. Everybody's decided. Conferences get to decide basically who gets in. You would have a conference championship game. You could have 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5. For the Big 12, you've got your 3, depending. Or you could just have a 4-5 matchup, 3-6 matchup, something like that. It's going to be up to the conferences to decide how they want to do their championship weekends.
Is there any way, shape, or form that anybody thinks that the SEC would be in for that? This year they got 5 teams in.
Next year they'll probably get 6 teams in.
And why would they want to change it? Why would they vote to change the system?
I don't know. Here's the problem is, so far Yormark and Phillips have sided with Sankey. And
so
far, and they keep doing it to the detriment of their conferences.
They do, yes.
If there were just even 2 AQs, BYU would be in these playoffs.
Yeah, I know.
Let's just indulge me, guys, if you wouldn't mind. Moen, just to play off your idea, this isn't perfect. These wouldn't be like automatic bids for these schools. But let's just say we had a 16-team playoff.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I pull up the CFP rankings right here, let's just see what kind of matchups we would have had, okay?
Some amazing matchups. There were some amazing matchups.
So you got 16 teams, everyone plays week 1. You'd have USC, Indiana. That'd be a first round game right there.
Yeah.
And then you'd have Indiana. Utah at Ohio State. You'd have Vanderbilt, Georgia, Texas, Texas Tech, BYU, at Oregon.
Yeah, that would be
fun right there.
That one, I don't know about that. That's not the greatest matchup. But
Utah, Ohio State would be a little rough.
The problem is going to be those 2 G6 spots or the 1 G6 spot.
You have to give them access. So.
At least one team, plus you have Notre Dame. Notre Dame would be in that count. So that would mean the bottom team, USC, would get dropped. And who was it that was the number 1 seed? It would have been the number 1 seed, the best G6.
Tulane would have been the best G6. But
under
my system, starting out, they get 2 automatic. So you would have JMU. You would lose Vanderbilt and Utah, basically. You would have JMU and Tulane in those slots.
I thought the 2, but doesn't the 2 have to include Notre Dame, right?
No. The Notre Dame one would have to take an ACC slot because they're an ACC affiliate.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, if we look at it this way,
the SEC and Notre Dame might not pick
the Big Ten gets 4 automatic qualifiers. That'd be Indiana, Ohio State,
2,
Oregon,
3,
and looks like
Michigan?
USC.
It'd be USC that would be out.
The SEC would have Georgia, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, and Alabama. The ACC would have Miami. Now here's where you get sticky. Virginia and probably Duke, your champion.
Georgia Tech.
Could be. Again, it would be dependent on how you decide your Notre Dame. Oh, no, Notre Dame. It would be Notre Dame. They have to take one of the ACC slots. So it'd be Notre Dame. It'd be Miami, Virginia, and Notre Dame for the ACC. And for the Big 12, you'd have Texas Tech, BYU, and Utah.
Right.
Yeah, no, it would have been good for the Big 12 this year.
So who would have got left out in the SEC in your model?
Well, the first one out would be
Vanderbilt or Texas.
The last one ranked. Texas would be
4.
The last one picked.
2, 3, 4. Bama's out. Texas is out, and Vandy's out.
Yeah, I just don't know that they're gonna. SEC, I don't think is gonna do that. Unfortunately, it's a good plan. I like it, but
I like it.
I think it's the most fair plan.
I mean,
which is probably why it won't work.
Yeah,
just imagine I think Bama getting left out though at like a 9 ranking. Gosh,
I would. I just don't understand the argument against the 24 teams, because look, you could put that back up, Ute. Who's 24? Let's just assume we just took the top 25. Who's 24 versus 1? Who is that?
Pulling it up right now. Here we go.
So who that would have been Indiana versus who's down there?
James Madison.
See?
Yeah.
And that's essentially what you've already got now. The second team, Iowa. I mean, all I'm saying is these aren't games people would not want to watch. You could make an argument against James Madison and Tulane, but they're both in the top 25. So Houston versus Notre Dame, I don't know if that lines up, but say that was the matchup. People are going to watch those games. So I don't understand what the big argument is against 24. It's more
Houston
money.
Versus Texas Tech.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. Yeah.
Then you'd have
people
Tulane,
are watching these
Oregon.
games.
Yeah.
So it's frustrating to hear everybody argue about matchups when at the end of the day, the solution's right in front of us and they keep fighting against it. I just don't. Restricting access at this point makes no sense.
The other thing with my system is you get potentially 2 home games. So if you're one of the top 8, you're going to get 2 home games.
Oh man, that'd be such an advantage.
Wouldn't it go because you'd be 8? You'd still have the first round bye because
there's no buys.
1.
No, there's no buys.
Oh, when you're 16, I was thinking about 24. Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you'd have no buys, but you'd get an extra on-campus playoff game.
Well, I'm for the on-campus games.
The 24, you would have, in theory, a school in the first round that has to win 5 playoff games for a championship. Is that correct? Because right now, like the first round schools have to win 4 games to win a championship. 5 is pretty brutal. That's the only.
So let's move the season back a week. You still get a bye week at the beginning of the whole thing, and the thing ends by the first of the year. These seasons already have 2 bye weeks in them. So the extra game to me is just the argument that these players are student athletes and they need to get to finals and all these other things. If you want to compete in modern day college football, and for hell's sakes, basketball, they make accommodations for those athletes all the time. They change their testing schedules. They change the way they study. So don't come at me with the idea that something like that wouldn't work because they're not built to play 5 games in a row to win a championship. They're already the BYU Texas Tech game was a playoff game. They're already playing playoff games at the end of the season to get to the playoff in the first place. So saying that week isn't already embedded in the system is just people are lying to themselves.
You kick off championship game weekend, and then like all of a sudden you don't have that game too.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, you get rid of that game, and now all of a sudden you have games that you can play, and you have teams that you want to watch play these games. No, I mean the number. What was it? $7 billion that was brought up. If they were able to pool all the media valuations, put them together, and then turn around and get a multiplier on top of it, $7 or $8 billion for all of college football. And then you throw the CFP on top of it. It's mad money. You're talking NFL levels of money. And the fact that they won't do that tells you everything you need to know about the way they look at the system. The system is not built for any amount of access or fairness. It's not built on any of those things at all. It's a pick. It's a what do you call it? An invitational playoff, and everybody should have an asterisk there next to their name until you can give a great majority of teams true access to the playoff. It will never be a complete championship.
So you start the playoff games in a 24-team scenario the playoff games would start the week after the regular season ends. They would start during conference championship week, right?
For the first, if you back it up a week into August, you would have a bye week. At the end of the season, everybody get a bye week.
Yeah.
And then you make the run to the championship, right? I mean, everybody else. How often does basketball play? They play 3 consecutive weekends to go out and play. Is that too much basketball? Of course it isn't. They do it all the time. It's a completely made up relationship with these players who already are 1 year in class. The next year they're playing at the NFL. It's a job. What changes from that junior year to the being a rookie? Nothing changes. You just go out and you play a lot more and you practice more. So anyway, all right. Any last words about that before we get to comments and try to get through some of these super chats and stuff we've got?
No, let's move forward.
All right, let's do it. Next story, Stormy Cyclone, valuable member of the College Football Mafia family. Good to have you here, Stormy. $5 super chat says, ho, 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 ESPN must go.
I'm so with you.
Yeah, I think everybody in the Big 12 is with you there, Stormy. I think, what do you think? You looking forward to that 20, 29, 30, 31, 32 timeframe for all these media deals ending? If they were able to secure a Paramount Plus, CBS, TNT, all broadcasting rights deal, get rid of ESPN. Does that secure enough the future of the Big 12?
It deals a wound to ESPN because all of a sudden they won't have the leverage to put Big 12 schools in positions that don't get eyeballs, like happened this year, plenty and everything. I mean, you should have seen it. Like I talked about on this channel, ESPN2 for premier Big 12 games and stuff that they had first rights to. It was a total screw job, and it actually tanked the Big 12 and like the national perception of the Big 12. So I think that's just a bad partner. I don't want anything to do with them. Give me CBS, certainly Fox. Fox loves the Big 12. They treat the Big 12 well.
Yes, they do.
Fox, I want TNT, and I want CBS for partners and maybe a streamer. I want nothing to do with ESPN. I'll tell you what, if the Big 12 gets rid of that contract, I'm not going to subscribe to one ESPN thing ever again. I don't want anything to do with that channel. Anything. It makes me sick just to talk about ESPN and see the stupid ESPN. I can't stand anything about it. If you're a Big 12 fan, you got to kick these guys to the curb. They screw you all the time.
100% agree with you. Moen.
Yeah, let's give him some sounders. He definitely deserves it.
Yes, for sure. Happy holidays to you, Stormy. Thank you so much. What do you got?
Straight up, you guys are getting screwed.
Let me go deeper than that, Ute. Let me go deeper than that, Ute.
But I can go as deep as you want to.
Moen's got a back on his soundboard fetish.
Thank you for the super chat, Stormy. I know you wanted to hear that. Brutal. We're getting there. We're going to have a full erotic thriller at some point between Wild You and the Mormon madman Nate Brown. So,
oh my gosh. Evil Badger, that would be Ryan Willie in the house again. Thank you so much, Ryan. Thanks for being a member, OG member of the College Football Mafia family. $5 super chat saying start at the beginning of August. 32 teams, no buys, 5 rounds. Nathan, the CFP is the ESPN Invitational now. ESPN Invitational now. Yes, I know that, Ryan. I understand what it is now. It is an invitational. It's not a true championship, like the FCS has, by the way, 24 teams, and it works just fine for them. So, yeah. Anything else you guys want to say about this one from Ryan?
I think he nails.
You want to give him a sounder there, Moen?
Yeah, I do. I think we'll give him this sounder here.
Let's go.
Well, if I push
play.
Let him cook.
There you go.
Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
Thank you so much, Ryan. Appreciate you, Evil Badger. Thanks. Have a good offseason up there, would you? Let's get Wisconsin back into the national conversation.
100%.
Bulldog Mississippi, representing the Mississippi State Bulldogs in the house. He's become a valuable member of the College Football Mafia family. Thank you so much for being here. Bulldog Mississippi. What's NBC doing these days? Figure they pick up one of these conferences. Where does NBC go at the end of this Big Ten Fox deal? And isn't it all tied into Notre Dame?
Well, Bulldog Mississippi, you remember. I'm actually going to be discussing NBC Universal in that next members only video, Big Ten Bombshells. So
love it.
We've got some intel from some people who work at Universal, and I think it's going to be pretty interesting. I think you will want to tune in for that, sir. Yeah, I'll release that members video probably Monday or Tuesday of next week.
So I'm going to ask this now since it's still Thursday. What's the Friday news dump? What do we hear tomorrow as we go into another wild week and weekend of college sports in general?
I don't think anything tomorrow because the playoffs start.
Really? I think Michigan might do something. I think Arizona State might do something. I think there are.
You think Dillingham's jumping to Michigan tomorrow?
I don't think he is. I think they have pulled out the stops there. I don't know how much you've been able to track that. You're really busy, especially in the holidays. But ASU, they held a rally yesterday. They passed a hat, essentially. They started a GoFundMe. They basically are copying what BYU did to keep Kalani around. And all of the boosters that have been given the money the last 3 years since Dillingham got there are saying, if he's gone, we're out.
Oh my gosh.
So they're threatening Crow, who's still the president there somehow, with if they don't secure his rights to keep him around, he goes to Michigan. Arizona
they're going to kill the program.
They're going to kill the program. Yeah. And they're doing it overtly. They're putting posts on Twitter and going into these long 10 and 11-minute diatribes about how their children have fallen in love. And I mean, it's all emotional and all these things. And that's all well and good. I support fans being fans, but threatening your school by pulling out, doesn't that tell you it's a little bit weak down there in Phoenix? That's what I get from that. If people are willing to pick up stakes after having a little bit of success for 2 or 3 years. Yeah. I mean, could you imagine that happening at BYU or Utah? I can't.
The boosters control everything now, right?
Yeah,
and now private equity has a huge say into the Utah's decisions on the football field.
Yeah,
will. That's just the more the money flows, man. Where the money flows in Dillingham, that program is on the knife's edge right now. It's going to be rosy if they keep Dillingham. It is really, really going to be crappy for that program in the long term if he goes to Michigan. Especially with this new information that the boosters don't want to fund the program anymore. Look, Arizona State already struggles with NIL.
They do. Yeah,
they need to do a private equity deal. Bad. They really do. As soon as possible. Utah got in front of that by a year, but they need to make some changes up there. And number one, they need to keep Dillingham. This
will be two off seasons in a row that he's agitated for a new contract. And he's complained about facilities. He's complained about kids not getting NIL from the burger shop down the road. Dillingham has been more than a little annoying. I'm on record with that. If he was my coach, I would want him out of there as soon as possible. But I get it.
You want Dillingham out?
I do. I don't like the way he does stuff.
Oh,
he's
man.
The anti-Kalani.
He's everything to that program.
He is to that program. In my program, it would not work. That's all I'm saying. So, and everybody's different, but I just don't like the way I don't like the fact that every year at the end of the season, he agitates for a new contract. There's always going to be big jobs. Next year it could be Georgia. The year after it might be Oregon. There's always going to be a bigger job. Then there's the NFL. Every year going back and saying, hey, I need a raise or else I'm gone. And by the way, booster support goes with them.
But
that would be rough.
Here's the thing. He brought success, and it's not just about him. It's about his coaches. He says, I want to take care of my guys.
He's done that for 2 years in a row, though.
And
now,
he should
if he didn't get it last year.
Look, he took them to the playoffs last year.
He's extorting the program. He's extorting the program, and I don't like what he makes me feel.
I think he wants investment. He wants buy-in.
But when does it ever end?
It doesn't.
Look, Utes already said they don't have a bottomless. They don't have a bottomless pit of money, though. Even with all this passion that has been going out, people marching for Dillingham to keep his job, that doesn't include a bunch of unsigned checks. It's not like they're getting $20 billion people boosters coming in there and saying, I will underwrite the entire program, like has happened other places. I cannot see where he'll ever be happy. I don't care how many times he says he's an ASU guy and Sun Devil for life, and no matter what happens, I'll always be ASU first. None of that screams loyalty to me. All that screams is a bunch of complaining, and at the end of the day, if you have a coach that can extort your entire program, I would have said Utah was like this 4 years ago. If Whittingham had gone and he didn't, and showed a bunch of character, but if Whittingham had walked into Chris Hill's office and said, you guys fix this and this and this, or I'm gone, everybody would look at him differently. And he didn't do that. And now he's legend, right? Unless he wins the national championship, there is no other, it's win or nothing for Dillingham. And I think it just wears thin.
Well, here's the problem is like when you make a new market like BYU did with Sataki, all of a sudden you doubled his pay, tripled his pay, and you doubled or tripled all the coaching staff pay. It sets a new standard in the Big 12.
That's
so true. Your assistant coach they want to get paid, Nate. We want to get paid. We want to go places where we can make equal money. We don't want to get
absolutely,
underpaid.
And they deserve it. I'm not saying they don't.
Right. And so what is he supposed to do if they're not going to just offer that up? Like you've got to leverage, and like that's basically what these coaches are doing. But the root of it is like the money never stops. The dollars get even higher for the coaches and the players. And at what point is there freaking breaking point? Because it's a joke. It's a joke.
I would agree with that.
And like that's why I think we need some controls on the money for the coaches and the players. Maybe not. Maybe you can never do it with the coaches, but certainly with the players, because this is getting insane.
If they give, that's a whole different night. We won't get into that tonight. But a CBA, people are starting to point at that. There might be a possible workaround with CBA stuff. And then at the end of the day, you get the players to sign on to a CBA of some sort. Now you can institute price controls. You can put salary caps in. Some of these other things that they've wanted to have without giving up any control and keeping their antitrust protection. If they walk away from that and go to a straight CBA system, now you could institute pay controls, and we're a long way from that. Let's see here. LCVS the Earth. Moen, help me.
LC versus the Earth.
LC versus the Earth. I've seen it before. I'll have to read it a few times, but thank you so much for being here. $5 super chat. You have been sticking around, and we sure appreciate you becoming a new viewer. We really appreciate all the new viewers we've picked up this season. We've had a fantastic season. Moen, it's sometime this week, not this week, but we need to talk about some sort of end-of-year bash, maybe after the last playoff game or something, to celebrate how amazing this season went for us, because it was record-breaking in every way, and we want to let people celebrate that with us. Mr. Flugar's 2014 model is the way. I love Greg's 2014 model. FCS has no issues playing a similar model. I just think it's too simple. It's too easy. And the pushback is stupid. The complaints, I think, are just dumb. And you get Texas, you get, who is it, Vanderbilt, teams that, you put Utah and BYU in there that didn't make the playoff, that if they were in the playoff could make noise. 2014 would fix that. So do you guys want to say anything else about that?
It is the way. Let's go.
It is the way. Antoine Johnson talking about ASU in the house. Antoine Johnson says, by the way, Antoine is an OG member of the College Football Mafia family. Games in early August in Tempe would be crazy. It's 100 degrees at 8 p.m. in early August. I'm not saying early August. I think I said move it back 1 week. But I mean, you go to play games where you go to play. It's hot at Texas Tech. Lubbock is maybe even hotter than Phoenix is at night. I think you have to go and play where you have to go play.
Yes.
You go to the Southeast, they're playing in muggy. I mean, you were at the Utah Florida game. I mean, you could see the air, right?
Yeah, it was rough, muggy, hot. Yeah.
So I just think
everywhere.
you have to play where you have to. Yeah, you have to play where you play. Moen, anything about this?
IOLC versus the Earth Sounder, and since he likes Flugar's 24
let's go.
We'll give him.
Oh!
That's a good one. It's a good one. Go Black 45, LSU in the house. Good to have you here, Go Black. You know we love you. OG member of the College Football Mafia family. Ute is against ESPN unless Utah gets into the P2, of course. Then shut the door on anyone else trying to climb up. Is that how you feel about it, Ute?
No, not in this case, because I mean Fox is the Big Ten now, and like I can't imagine, like just with Ryan Willis said this, like Moen said this, none of the Big Ten folks like ESPN. They don't have a good relationship, so like Utah's never going to get in the Southeastern Conference. Like it's going to be a climb to get in the Big Ten, so that's just never really in the pathway for the Utes. But let's just say the Utes did have an avenue to the SEC. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty hard feelings with ESPN when they've kind of spurned your program a lot. I guess I'll get used to them over a while and stuff, but I don't love ESPN. I just don't.
ESPN Plus as a whole.
That's even worse, man.
I mean, it's even worse than CBS Sports Net or whatever theirs is. It's bad.
We produce better content on this channel than ESPN Plus and that garbage pile stuff over there. Seriously.
BYU should be the primary carrier for all ESPN stuff in the Big 12. BYU does it better than everybody except for maybe Fox. The production values for ESPN at schools that don't have this facilities on campus are terrible. They're terrible. Jan Holt checking in all the way from Slovenia. Good to see you, Jan. Hope you're feeling well. You need to give us a health update at some point. Let us know how your back's doing and everything, but we love hearing from you. We are an international channel, and we appreciate Jan representing that European wing. Says, wow, I'm not sure what that's in talk to, but it's good to see you anyway.
Wowzer.
Secret Agent 73, Texas Tech in the house. You see I got the Texas Tech sign up there, right? Where are we? Right there? Somewhere? That way. Got Texas Tech up. It will stay up until you lose. Hopefully you don't ever lose, and we just keep that thing up there. But Ute and I are cheering for you. Evidently Moen isn't, but
I'm cheering for Texas Tech. I am. I want to see them win. I'll rip off some wins. I just don't like that Oregon matchup. That's fine.
I just want to see good games.
I know.
And I want to play the over too. So come on.
Secret Agent says, if you can't keep up money wise as a program, why wouldn't a coach go somewhere they can?
Yep.
I don't think you give him a choice. I think you either pre-sign him before you get to a signing period where you could lose him, and then you still could run the risk of losing him. But you would tell your fans you've done the best effort, right? If they had re-signed him in the middle of November, and maybe they tried and he wouldn't sign a deal because he knew jobs were going to be open. Penn State was still open at that point. If they would have taken care of this and then he still leaves after signing an extension, it lets the program off the hook. Now the program's no longer the bad guy. It's the coach leaving you after you just signed a new deal. That's where this whole narrative has gotten lost. The school could have kept control of the narrative if they would have taken care of this in October. They would have seen all this coming. They would have been proactive, and at the end of the day, they didn't want to get ahead of it, and now they're paying the price. And I just think his life would be so much easier if he went to Michigan because he wouldn't have to beg for money. Money falls from the trees. He could get whatever he wanted facility-wise, and he could just run riot at Michigan. And I just don't know ASU can keep up.
Here's the thing, and we talked about it last night. There is a storm cloud looming over Ann Arbor. What I
There
know,
is.
they've
Yeah,
got
that's
a
true.
third-party investigation, but I'm telling you what, Sharon Moore's probably not going to get another head coaching job.
Well, he doesn't
He is
deserve
not-
that job. He never should have got that job.
He's got nothing left to lose in that whole Connor Stallions decision. The deleted text messages. I mean, he could spill. Listen, disgruntled employee. He could spill the beans on that, and
As long as he gets access to his phone in jail, because that's where he's going to be, is in jail.
Well, he's at home right now on a tether, but
yeah, he's going to be in jail for what he did. He's going to be.
I'm just saying
1 to 3.
That's something you have to take into account when you're looking at that Michigan job, that they still have this investigation hanging over their heads.
You're right.
So,
yep, you're exactly right. Of course, that's true.
Moan, I've got a question for you. Yeah, like just on this Michigan topic again, because like as far as what Michigan needs, it really is someone like Kyle Whittingham.
That's who I think is the job, is Kyle Whittingham.
I think they need a high integrity guy. Yes.
He's basically Jim Harbaugh, but with more character. Right?
More
but the problem
character.
is his age.
Buckets of
right?
character.
Like, do you take a risk on a 2 or 3 year stint to clean that program up?
I would. If I was Kyle Whittingham, that is a job I would be agitating for.
Listen, here's the thing. And there's a great article. Bianchetti, I think was the guy's name who wrote it, or Bianche. I'll find it. It's on Yahoo Sports. Go read it. It's Michigan sold their soul to win. And
yes. Well, we knew that. We said that at the time.
Sure.
Actually.
But but and I know you guys probably aren't used to it. But it used to be Michigan man meant something, and it's just they keep degrading it in pursuit of success. And I think they have to have somebody come in there who is just going to clean up the program. But the problem is, whoever they have do that is probably going to have like a 6-6 season, 7-5 season.
The guys that jump out at me are Bronco Mendenhall. He did it. He did it at BYU. He did it at Virginia, and he did it at New Mexico State, and he's doing it at Utah State. You talk about high character. He could eliminate immediately 99% of those problems. They're obviously going to have to deal with punishments, but the problems themselves, a guy like that would nip it in the bud. And I also think Kyle Whittingham, it would be like a dream job for him. They might not qualify for the playoff for 2 or 3 years, but he might not care about that. He can say he's got Michigan on his resume, and maybe the 4th year he goes out and wins the whole thing. So
and I mean,
I could see that happen very easily.
But there's a very vocal part of the fan base that won't accept that. They believe that they should be competing for national championships every season, and they should be. But you should be doing it the right way. And unfortunately, I think they haven't been doing it the right way. I know I'm going to get accused. I'm an Ohio State guy. How dare I? But I mean, even taking off the Ohio State hat, I remember growing up, and a Michigan man meant something. And with Jim Harbaugh and Connor Stallions, and now
they
Sharon
sold their
Moore,
soul.
Like the cell phone guy in their program, right? Like, there's just, oh my gosh, man! I tell you what, Jim Harbaugh,
he's a bad dude.
But if he's hiring these type of people and establishing a program like that just goes belly up like this, like, I don't want that guy anywhere near my team. I know he wins immediately, but he leaves a freaking trail of destruction
everywhere he goes. He left Stanford imploded. He left Michigan imploded, and he went to San Francisco, couldn't beat Seattle, and then left them in a dumpster fire for a year. Harbaugh is willing to do anything, and I mean literally anything to win, and we'll have to see.
Sounds like Michigan.
But Michigan, look, and we've talked about this before. Legacy lasts forever. You win a national championship in 5 years, nobody asked you how you won it. Right. We will remember they cheated because we covered them live. We talked about it on this channel 3 years ago and 2 years ago. We covered how the cheating scandal, they should not be rewarded. They won a national championship. We covered all of that. In 5 years, nobody will bring that up.
And here's the thing.
Michigan has the national championship, and nobody cares if there's a star next to his name or not.
Right. And that was a very good team. And I think they absolutely won that national championship. But you're right. How did they get there?
Yeah, they cheated to get there.
They cheated to get there. But
yeah, so
yeah.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying though. Now, Moen.
Well,
There's something to that too. If you're not trying to get over, you're not doing enough.
I think everybody does a little cheating, but when you get into highly organized, I mean, listen, it's just been a mess at that entire athletic department, and I think they need to take and move towards integrity.
All three of us said when Sharon Moore got the job, that was going to be a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
All three of us said that. We all said that this is a 2-year deal and you're gone. He was going to burn through there and he was not going to leave. He was going to leave a lot of bodies behind him. And that's turned out to be true. So the only question is then, well, let's circle back to where we started. Whoever goes there, we don't know what that is going to look like for punishment. So they could hire somebody tomorrow. They find out that they can't get into the college football playoff for, say, 5 years. Then that coach might not stick around. That coach might go find another job. So that's the one sort of cloud hanging over the whole thing. Anyway, let's see here. C. John in the house. Good to have you here, C. John. 3006. Can we talk about Moen's squirrel skin black Christmas hat? How many animals died in the making? Why is it black? Is that a black bear, etc., Moen?
Well, it's made of polyester. So, I mean, probably millions of polys died to make this.
Oh, come on.
It's fake fur, guys. It's fake fur.
You can't say that.
It's fake. It's
all
not,
all right.
I would never make a hat out of a squirrel. I'd eat a squirrel, but I'd never make a hat out of it.
Moen, how many squirrels have you eaten in your life?
Dozens.
Really? You've eaten squirrel?
So.
Okay.
Yeah, I've eaten squirrel. I've eaten raccoon. I've eaten groundhog.
Rabbit is the closest I've
gone
to small land crawling animals. All right, Steve Moser in the house. Good to have you here, Steve. Valuable member, long-standing OG standing member of the College Football Mafia family. ESPN Plus is great for the Grand Slams in tennis, with a channel for every court, so you can see any match you want. But it's not great for basketball and football. I will just say their basketball coverage is horrible. BYU does 90% of the production, and they still undercut the broadcasts halfway through the games. It just stops. It's like, where did the game go? And the camera went away for 5 minutes or something. It's terrible for basketball. So that's all it takes right there. What you says, man.
I mean,
Glenn
I
Hanna.
go on an ESPN. I mean, ESPN Plus rants have I gone over like the last 3 years? It's basically the equivalent of somebody getting out their freaking smartphone and recording the game and talking about it. It's just so low quality. I want to kick it to the curb so bad.
I will say this: I expected better coming into the Big 12. I thought it was going to be much better than it has been. So all Utes' predictions came true. He dealt with them at the Pac-12.
Now we had the Pac-12 Network, which is actually phenomenal, man. They had phenomenal coverage.
They did well. They had good broadcasting. Coverage wasn't so good. Nobody subscribed to the
distribution, but like the actual like the television quality, it was top notch.
It was good,
Middle school level production experience of ESPN Plus. I'm serious. Like my daughter plays middle school basketball, dude. And like there's better video coverage I'm watching for the middle school teams.
Does anybody remember the Stadium channel? That's what ESPN Plus is like. It's like the Stadium channel.
Oh my gosh. What was that on like Root Sports?
It was Root Sports, yes. Glenn Hanna, Oregon in the house, Oregon Ducks. This is your chance. You guys got another chance. Another bite at the apple to go win that thing, Glenn. Let's see how Oregon does. I thought I'd get my head handed on a plate for suggesting Whittingham last week, and here you guys are saying it. I think you're right, Glenn. I think, again, it just depends. Does he want to go up there? I don't think he'd have a problem rebuilding the program, getting it respect. I think that comes with him as he walks in the door. The only question is, does he want to go up there and then get hit with a 3 or 4 year bowl or playoff ban?
And for a guy that wanted to retire 2 years ago, and he's 66 right now, and he wants to spend more time with his family, do you want to take on a 5-year project that's a serious project, right? That could really go belly up, right? There's a lot of risk in his
Yeah. Oh,
legacy
sure.
for that,
You
right?
bet. Yeah.
Like, and so
Good, but
it's not
I
a slam
mean,
dunk.
it's not. And I don't mean any disrespect to Utah, but now I'm going to disrespect Utah.
But whenever you say that kind of stuff, you always slam down Utah.
But listen, if Whittingham goes to Michigan and he solves that issue, he wins with integrity. What does that do for his legacy in college football?
I think it's amazing. The upside is huge.
The upside's huge. I
Yeah, the
understand he's
upside
got a
is
legacy
huge.
at Utah, but I mean just a legacy in college football in general. At Michigan, it's a blue blood. It's the bluest of blue bloods.
If you win at Michigan, do it the right way, your national championship is on steroids value. I mean, people will forget about 2022. Can he dedicate 5 years to a rebuilding project? Because I think this isn't something you turn around in one season.
Nah, it's not going to flip in a year.
Yeah,
No.
especially with the punishments potentially on the horizon.
No.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Here's a good question. Missouri, who's that? Drinkwitz, right?
Yeah.
Does he have any Michigan ties, Moen?
Not that I know of, and he just signed a new deal. So
He did.
Yeah, I don't think that
Which isn't exclusionary, by the way.
No,
just
but
signing
I'm
a new
sure-
deal doesn't stop him.
I'm sure the buyout's pretty high.
Probably. Michigan can pay it out of petty cash, though.
They could.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know that Drinkwitz would want that job. Again, I think that hammer hanging over the University of Michigan right now, and we know the NCAA doesn't have any teeth, but all we've heard from the Michigan regents is about integrity and against the public capital deal, and why would we do that? And we're Michigan. Is somebody going to step up in that athletic department? Is somebody the interim president, a regent?
They need to fire the AD. That guy's a complete jackass.
Yeah, that's the thing. They have an interim president though. They don't even have a real president yet.
That's true.
So
that's true.
I mean, but somebody's going to have to stand up at some point and say, "Okay, we screwed up. Here's what we're doing to correct it." And that might involve, hey, we're going to ban ourselves from a postseason. We're going to do this. We're going to do. And I think there's a lot of coaches out there that look at that and go, yeah, I kind of want to win now. And Drinkwitz has got a very good, he's done a very good job at Missouri. There's nothing saying he can't make the playoffs one of these years. So,
yeah.
The more we talk about it, the more Whittingham's making more sense, guys. Like, it's just kind of fits right there. And like, I'm just saying, like, just watch out for that. Like, and watch out for BYU and Utah staff to get decimated if that happens, Nate.
Oh, I know.
Utah staff's going to get decimated. Jay Hill's going to Michigan too.
It's a big worry. Every one of these job moves, it's scary. Every off season, I hold my breath. So, yeah, I agree with you. I think at the end of the day, they need somebody with character to come in and help do a whole reset for the program. And it just depends. Well, there's several things that depends. The penalties make a big difference. And then who they bring in, what is their goal? To win immediately? Everybody says they want to win immediately. But when you have a program that's been in the dire straits they have in the last 3 months or 2 months at least, I don't know how patient Michigan people are going to be.
Could you flip a roster in 1 year? Can you do it in 1 year with the portal?
Well, you can do it in 18 months. Texas Tech did it in 18 months. They had 2 off seasons with transfer portal and 1 recruiting class, and they're the 4th seed in the college football playoff. That was done over 18 months. So maybe not a year, but I know you can do it in less than 2. So let's see here. I had it here. This is an interesting question for you guys. C. John says, I like Willie Fritz for Michigan, although I'm sure he likes recruiting advantage in H-Town Metro. Well, he might, but Houston, I don't know. What do you guys think about Willie Fritz?
His background.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Moen.
I don't think Willie Fritz is a fit for Michigan. It just doesn't click for me. Congratulations to him for his recruiting advantages in Houston, but regardless of what his recruiting advantages are, if he was offered the Michigan job, he would take it. But I don't think he would be offered it. To me, he doesn't click.
Agreed.
I'm with you. Like he's been in the South for a while. I don't know his full background in coaching, but he's at Tulane, Houston now. I mean, he's a dang good football coach. But I just don't know if he's got the ties and like the philosophical approach of Michigan. That's why, like, when we keep talking about Whittingham, Michigan football basically is kind of hardball. You know, it's hard-nosed football. We're going to pound you in the trenches. I mean, that's who they recruit to. That's who Michigan is. That's the identity. You need a defensive-minded coach that wants to slug people on offense with, like, you know, big lines and running attacks. That's how you succeed at Michigan. So you need a coach with that ilk. So, like, Matt Campbell would have been a great hire, honestly. Matt Campbell would have been a great hire in Michigan, I think.
Moen?
You know, that's, again, if we're going to pick the perfect candidate for Michigan, I don't know who it is. I honestly don't know, but I would, if I'm Michigan, and I understand there's a large part of their fan base who are going to be, no, we're winning now, we didn't do anything wrong, et cetera, et cetera. But if I was a fan of Michigan, I'd want somebody in there who's going to bring a little integrity to the program. Pat Fitzgerald, I think, would have been a great hire as well. He went to Michigan State. High integrity.
Dude, Moan, stop. Like, what? How are we, like, forgetting what happened with that Northwestern program less than 2 years ago?
You mean forgetting that he sued them and successfully won because they had no evidence?
It's
they
amazing
paid him
how, like, how this, like,
$30 million.
oh my gosh. So you think that he's an innocent man with all that, like, scandal that happened in the locker room at Northwestern? Like, I just remember him getting kicked out of college football and being called a creep, and all of a sudden, like, all sins are forgiven and he's innocent and the greatest coaching candidate ever.
Listen, Northwestern has some pretty damn good lawyers, and if they're willing to pay somebody $30 million because they can't find one shred of evidence, I'm not going to convict somebody when there's no evidence against them other than hearsay. And I get what you're saying. Yes, he was involved in a scandal, but he was also a very high integrity guy up until that point. It was, viewed very favorably in the Big Ten.
What about Ed Ogeron?
No, Ed Ogeron drinks all the beer and eats the white.
Why is he not somebody? He knows how to win games.
Yeah, I don't think he's the kind of guy you need in the Michigan job right now.
Could you imagine giving him an unfettered access to money? Ed Ogeron. He had it at LSU and still screwed it up. We only got time for a few more comments, everybody. We appreciate you being here tonight for our college football brackets breakdown. We did that earlier in the show. So when we're done here in about 5-7 minutes, you guys can watch the beginning of the show. We'll get into that. You can follow along with our picks and obviously go to the Discord and put in your own picks. We invite everybody to get involved as far as that concerned. Moen has posted the link. Moen, you want to bump really quick the link that you were talking about for the college football pick'em?
I will, but first let me see if I can do this. I want to put in. Oh, of course, it's not going to let me. I'll have to shorten the URL.
What?
Just go to our Twitter page at SB Mafia, or when we're done with the show here, just click the community tab for Bowl Pick'em. I was trying to post the article for this Yahoo Sports guy that wrote about Michigan, but I have to shorten this. It's too long, apparently.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, repost that. Definitely. Not to give credit where people have been doing stuff. Devil Frog says Michigan should hire Sonny Dykes. Devil Frog, the OG member of the College Football Mafia family. Appreciate you, Devil Frog. Happy New Year and happy holidays to you and your family. That way they don't have to cheat to win a playoff game. Sonny Dykes to Michigan.
Hey, it's true. He speaks the truth.
Okay. Bulldog
I think
Mississippi
he's just
says
trying
squirrel
to
is
lighten
delicious.
himself with Sonny Dykes.
Yeah.
It is.
He would do that. Yeah, that's true. Bulldog Mississippi says squirrel is delicious, Moen.
Squirrel.
Squirrel is delicious.
It is. It's
Go
good.
ahead. I believe you. I think you're on lag.
It's good. I mean, if you never had it before, have it. I mean, do you want me to send you some squirrel?
No, I do not. I do not want any squirrel.
Okay.
My life has been complete without it.
Do you have access to squirrel meat, Moen, over there?
Of course he does. He goes out his back door.
Yeah.
He's got a 22
Yeah,
right
I just
now.
go
He
out my
can
back
get one
door
right
and
now.
just I can have one
Doesn't
for you
need
here in a half
permission.
hour.
Yeah, he
But
could have it
I
for
know
you right
my
after
buddy's
the show.
got a freezer full. Like, I'm not saying it's like steak or anything, guys, but it's not
No, I've
as
had all
bad
my.
as you would think. No. Now
my
let me tell you
ground
what's really
crawling animal
good.
foods.
That you guys have groundhogs out there in Utah.
No.
Groundhogs.
Nah.
You don't
Oh,
have
groundhogs, prairie dogs. We do. Yes, we do.
Well,
have
that's
those,
a prairie dogs. The groundhogs are big.
bigger. Yeah,
yeah,
They're
I
in the
don't know if
you
I've
get
ever
we have
seen one. We
muskrat
probably
and
have
stuff.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've
you
got
get a
'em.
nice young spring groundhog. Oh, in a stew or a roast. Fantastic.
Man, do you have running water? Do you have an outdoor toilet, Moen?
No, I've got an indoor toilet, but
Oh.
I have a artisan well. I don't have city water. I have artisan well.
There you go.
So,
There you go.
Nice.
Okay. A couple more comments here, and then we're going to get out of here. Stormy Cyclone, my despise of ESPN goes beyond football. Just today, I heard one of their talk shows say that they deserve more teams in the dance, despite no team in the top 10.
Sounds par for the course.
Yeah, I don't know that it certainly is not going to get any better with them.
I mean, it seems like all conferences other than the SEC really dislike ESPN. They've got a very bad reputation now.
They are burning bridges. There's no doubt. And one more comment here. Mark's Holy Grail. Good to have you here, Mark. Thank you so much for being the last comment of the night. Unfortunately for Moen's system, he has two deal breakers. One, the SEC will never agree without opportunity for at least 6 in the 16-team field. And two, Notre Dame is getting away from the ACC, so can't tie them together.
you're right. The SEC will never agree to it. That's why it's a good system.
Yeah, right.
Any system the SEC agrees to, is going to be a shit system that's geared towards the SEC. Notre Dame getting away from ACC, so whoever they go affiliate with. They affiliate with the SEC, they'll take an SEC slot. If they affiliate with the Big Ten, they'll take a Big Ten slot. If they affiliate with the Big 12, they'll take a Big 12 spot. It's just the way it's got to be. We're not going to hold one freaking playoff spot just in case an independent gets in there.
Let's go.
The Notre Dame problem will not be fixed at this offseason. Notre Dame next year, if they're top 12, will be in the final playoff picks. They have that memorandum of understanding that threw the college football world for a loop once it was announced. But all they have to do is be in the top 12 and they're in. So I think everybody now has exposed what Notre Dame is and how bald-faced they are about their access. The question is, will they finally put their foot down and shut them down? Because that's what it's going to take. Everybody's going to have to freeze them out. That's the only way they're going to join a conference.
Absolutely.
Nate, have you seen the new product that we're offering on the channel, the Bavacqua Tears? Right, Mona?
No, I haven't seen that. No, can you show that to me? I'd like to see.
Yeah, let me see if I've got.
I haven't seen that.
You want the Irish tears or the Bivacqua bath tissue?
I like Irish.
Oh, yeah, I
Irish
thought,
sounds good.
I was getting them mixed up. I think we need to see them both before we.
Okay. Okay. It's
Hey,
the
let me see what
holidays.
these are.
Well,
It's the holidays.
This is good. This is good.
You're looking for a gift for your family?
When
Here we go.
desperation meets nostalgia. Irish tears.
Dang, man.
Ode de Parfum. I love that. Okay, what's the next one? That's awesome.
The next one we have now, I've got another one too about Brett McMurphy, but
You can do that one too if you want to.
McMurphy.
Brett McMurphy, because I don't like.
I'm
Brett
ready to
McMurphy.
go.
Hold on, I got to load him up. Hold on,
He's not been. I've not been a fan in a long time, actually.
Here we go.
He's
Here's
done
the
some
Bivacqua.
weird
Irish note,
reporting.
there's a moment you need a little extra softness. Bavacqua bath tissue, triple ply, shamrock embossed, and Notre Dame approved. Because sometimes you're softer than Charmin. Bavacqua bath tissue, proud partner of Notre Dame.
So that's the Bavacqua bath tissue, and then
you got one more. You
got one more. I'll do the.
Okay.
I've actually got two of the McMurphy ones, but I'll do the one I prefer.
Okay. I just want everybody to know I have not signed off on these.
These are parody videos, obviously.
These are coming from Moen.
These are
and do not represent all of the
across
ideas
this
of the
great
college
nation,
football
principles
mafia
are
family.
tested, measured, and occasionally lipsticked.
Moen,
Take, for
what are you
instance,
doing?
McMurphy's Law. It states, if something in college football can be biased, it must be biased toward the SEC. Results are...
Okay.
That's McMurphy's Law. Not to
All
be
right, that's
confused
enough.
with
That's
Murphy's
enough.
Law.
Yeah, that's enough. Let's cut that there. Okay. Parody and having fun for everybody out there. I don't want anybody coming back and saying we're not just teasing. And the last super chat of the night comes from the Cyclones Ender 1714. Good to have you here. That would be the Iowa State Cyclones. Thanks for the show, y'all. Needed some cheering up here in Cyclone country to distract from losing an all-time coach. Yeah, losing Campbell. We feel your pain, Ender. We know what that's going to be like. The coach you got over, though, he's shown a lot of energy. That guy from Washington State. So at least you got bringing a guy in that wants to be there. Seems like so.
Absolutely. Let's give him a little Iowa State fight.
Please
song
do. Do that. Thank you, Ender. Appreciate you. $5 super chat. Thanks for being around watching us on a Thursday, special Thursday show. We do not have a show scheduled for tomorrow. We do have playoff games starting as early as tomorrow night. Alabama, Oklahoma will be playing. So I don't know. I might throw a pop-up show together. Depends what happens in the news tomorrow. If there is a news dump, I'm kind of thinking there might be one or two. I might do a show just to quickly discuss some of those news items. But other than that, we're just looking now towards the Sunday show of Rock and Rant and Moen. Moen, what's going on Sunday?
Well, we're going to find out if Miami beats Texas A&M, and if that's the case, it's Miami versus Ohio State on Moen After Dark.
Big week.
Could be a lot of trash talking. And,
it could be fun.
Yeah.
Game breakdown.
Let's go. I want Miami to win. Beat them Aggies is all I'm saying. Okay, Moen, any last words before we get out of here?
No, just a schedule reminder. Sunday, Moen After Dark. Next week, we'll have a new Moen Confidential for all the members. I hope you guys enjoy
And I'll have a
called
Tuesday show next week. We'll talk about the playoff games and
Tuesday
news
show
over the weekend.
And then we'll have Christmas Eve and Christmas where we won't be here. We'll be with our families, and we hope you will too. And we hope everybody out there has an amazing Christmas. Thanks, everybody, for everything that you have done for us on this channel this year. Love your family. Take care. Peace on earth. Goodwill towards men.
I love it. Thank you so much. Ute.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, guys. Coming up next week, coming up quick. Excited for the college football slate. Spend time with family. Enjoy. We'll all be back soon.
And I just want one last time to thank all of College Football Mafia Nation. When we started this thing over 3 years ago now, we weren't sure where we were going to be, but I am super excited where we've been and where we're going to this next offseason. So I just tell everybody, hold your friends and family tight. If they're not close to you, send them a message, give them a phone call, even write a note to them and send it in the mail, some way that they know you're thinking about them, because I guarantee you, anybody you think of probably needs the cheer. So thank you for all of the work that you do for us, all the donations, all the memberships. We take none of that for granted. And I just want to represent all of the college football nation, including Fergie and Pickles and Becky and Daniel and Greg Flugar and Coos, and the list just goes on and on and on. All the people that
Rock and Rant and
Rock
CFB
and Rant.
Express.
Thank you, Moen, for reminding me. That would be Miami Flow is also on that list. So thanks everybody for all the work you do for us. We appreciate you. Happy holidays. Do spend that time with your family. They deserve your time more than anybody else. And we'll just try to get as many shows as we can before the end of the year, and tell everybody enjoy the weekend. Okay, well, we'll call that good.
Go
Everybody
Utes.
stay out of trouble. I'm going to say go Cougs. And Moen has got peace sign up. I'm not sure what that's for. I will
wish
say,
you a Merry
there we go.
Christmas.
I will say,
We wish-
I will say, peace out. That's what I will say. Bye bye.